Okay, your book, go to page 376 of the screen book here. Which one, right? 376, 377. What's you look at real quick? 376, 377, with the rest of your class. Management, right? Yeah. We're talking about your personal goals. Come up with your personal goals. Defining your personal goals. Right? And what did we just get out of the reading? What was one of the things you just learned from the reading? No? How to save money? How to spend it wisely. And how to spend it wisely. Anybody think that's a brilliant concept? What do you think? Yeah. Good idea. Like, do we all do that? No. We do that? No. I don't know. You said yes. He said spending money wisely was a great idea. You don't think that's a good idea? It's a good idea. And if you don't do it, what's the consequence of that? Bad budget? There it is. If you do that, you're going to have a bad budget. If you have a bad budget, you're going to be what? Broke. You think that's a good plan? No. So that's it. So what we want you to do here is, our objective today is trying to determine your personal goals, right? Trying to get you to set some type of goals. Can anybody hit a target that they cannot see? No. Okay. So if you don't have a personal goal, what happens to your spending? What happens to your spending? What? Goes out of control. Anybody disagree with that? Okay, exactly. It's out of control. So you're just going to keep opening the book, and you're going to stop, you're going to spend, and eventually you're going to have what?
Actually, my brother, he's in the Marine, right? Yeah. So he like spends his money for everything. And he noticed like when we have money this long, he knows we have to spend half the money and like he use the card.
Exactly.
The money in this pocket, when he was like going shorter and shorter.
You see it.
I'm actually being broke now.
Exactly.
And the card normally like.
Good example. His brother takes his card out, uses ATM all the time. Because he's using it all the time, he's not monitoring the money that he's using. And he said his brothers realize he's going broke. But if he has the money in his hand, he would visually see it, and he would know that he's losing money, right? So that's really a good concept here. So we understand that concept. Okay, grab your seat, and I'll check you in afterwards. Just get your book and read 376 and 37. Okay, so that now he gave us a good example here. Now we want to differentiate between a need and a want, right? A need and a want. Just, Preston, what's a need? What do you think a need is? Well, hey, that's Christian's question, right? A need. Okay. Is the gas bill a real need? All right. But what's the basic need? Give me a basic need. You said water. What else? Food. What else? House, clothing. I'm sorry, shelter. And I said one, clothing. Right? Well, that's something that's here that you have. You don't. Oh, you don't. But from a different perspective. But he just said food, water, clothing, shelter. Those are all.
Hospital, take my wife thinking. When you go to the hospital for checkup.
Yep. Need is and what a want is. Right? Now, what's a want?
Want.
Sneakers is a want. Now, let's just clarify this real quick to make sure. A $19.99 pair of sneakers would be a what? A need. A $400 pair of sneakers would be a what? A want. You see how we changed that real quick? Right? A cell phone. Right?
Well, it depends.
Okay.
A track phone is like a need.
Okay, there it is.
That's a big phone like a want.
Okay, so if you got a little track phone, now he says, that would be a need, because you can communicate that. But an iPhone 6 or 5 would be a want, right? I don't want that. Now, what I was saying is, if you're always taking care of your wants, what's going to happen to your money?
You're going to need money.
There it is. You spend. And eventually you don't have money. And what we say to that is, people that don't have money tend to pay more for everything. Just credit goes what? Down. Goes down. And then when they buy something on credit, what do they have to pay? When they get credit, do they pay a low rate or a high rate? Because there's a consequence for their action, right? They don't pay their bills on time. They charge you more for credit because they're a higher risk. So we want to make sure that we understand that concept. So we got that. So we actually know what a need and a want is, right? A want and what. That's why I come back to the budget. If you don't have a budget tied in it, what happens to your money? It goes down. Exactly. So that's the concept you want to have. How many students here? Do you have any students here that really have a budget?
I had one, but
Not a spot choice.
How about coffee?
Coffee, same thing, right? If you make your coffee at home, guess what it's going to cost you a cup?
I think you buy, how much you buy the whole thing for? Like $1, you buy $1 something, you buy the whole bag.
Join this group over here. We're going to take 5 minutes here, maybe 6 minutes before the class starts. Kelly, put your feet around. You guys come around. Jump in the group over there. Okay, you guys. Save money, don't spend your money. Right? Think of the things that you gotta do. Stop caring about transition. Well, what? Transition, holding trends and all that? Yeah. Stop talking about trends. Okay, now, we're gonna just, one person will stand in front. Okay, one piece of tape, guys. Oh, me? How many people does take a hang? Yep, okay, group 2.
Okay, for mine, I can start by guinea pig food, bedding, strawberry gloves, and candy, because that's a lot of money.
I like it. Yep.
And for mine, well, I don't do a lot of those
Except the snacks at the convenience store, which is paying 3 times as much, right? So, if, okay, let's go on. Get a job.
Alright, we both have, getting a job, open up a bank account after shopping for a good one, save money and budget, focus on goals, save receipts,
A little bit closer.
and save money for things that we need.
Yes, okay. So, one of the things is walk around that way.
Oh,
Stay right there.
Mine is like, save money for a car, like, and I say don't eat $13. I'm not saying like never eat $13. Like, when I say don't, it's not like never, like some, you can get like $10. Don't like go and like buy the food and just spend it. You have to think, money is money, you're not gonna, you can't work and you say money before you give it. You might take it, but it's not gonna happen like every day. That's something you have to work for. And it's gonna be like 2 days, like every day. Like get a job and why you need a job. Like everybody needs a job. If you want money, like you're already 18, you're not gonna be like, mommy, can you like, give me money to buy this, to buy that? Anyway, you have to work for your own money. Save your money. Everybody knows you have to do that. That's something you have to do for you, not for me, for you. And make a goal.
Now, everybody here just proved the fact that we can develop smart goals, right? Every goal that you establish for each individual team, they're realistic. They're real. You can still buy things that you want. If you want to buy candy, you can probably buy it at another place which is reduced, which is going to save that $2,000 that you're spending a year in candy, might be able to make it down to $1,500. So it doesn't like you have to start and give up living. But if Nelly goes to BJ's and buys his water, he saves himself $27, $28. That money goes into the bank. Remember, the money is always better in whose pocket? Your pocket. And I like to re-emphasize that by saying your bank account, right? So we're just going to go over and make sure that we reached our established goals today, right? Everybody knows the difference between a need and a want.
Yeah.
Exactly. You want to get rid of the needs. I mean, the wants. And keep the needs. Because the needs you're going to have.
Yeah.
Those are the things that you want to always save on. And by reducing your wants, you delay gratification. Right? You're going to get what you want later at how much of a price? At a lower price. Isn't that smart? Is it smart to buy something today and sell for $1,000? You wait a couple of months, maybe 9 months, you pay $500? That could be a vacation for you. That could be a down payment for a car. Listen here, and you're going to get that. It's always better to buy things when it says sale. You never want to buy it when it's at full price because you work hard for your money. Now, in order to get where we are, we have to come up with goals. And we call them today SMART goals, right? The goals have gotta be, they gotta be realistic. You can't say, well, I'm gonna be a millionaire, and not put a time frame on it, right? So you gotta establish your goals, and they gotta really care. And anybody really care when someone comes in this class, sits down with a $400 or $500 pair of sneakers? You ever think about, wow, man, I really like him now. Do we say that? No. If someone came in and said, hey, I can pay $2,000 for this market, what would you think of me? Crazy. What do you mean? Well, that's what I think when I see somebody wearing $300 or $400 pair of sneakers. And they have no money for something else. So we want to make sure that we delay our gratification.
Or you look fly, you could look fly and have no money in your pocket.
Exactly. Wouldn't you much rather? Hey, I'd rather look poor and be loaded.
Yeah.
I don't work.
Once you go a house for $300,000 and you decide to pay it off within like 15 or 20 years, what would the interest be on that house?
So when you establish a house, when you buy a house, you can take out the mortgage for 10, 15, 20, 30 years, right? So the lower the term that you go in, the lower the interest rate. But if you're worried about that, you can go for 30 years and just pay it off faster at 10, 12. You know what I mean? But remember, those people on those other floors are paying the bills for you because you got a smart, realistic goal. Okay, the other thing is, we all know the smart goals. We know what values are, right? We know we don't want to be more of those $400 pair of shades when maybe a $20 pair of glasses might be a same, right? Right? People do that. And we know what a want is versus a need. Every cadet here understands what a need and want is, right? Can you explain how values influence your decision making?
Ray-Bans and wants.
You'd be fine. Ray-Bans are wants. You go up there and say, man, look, I paid $400 for these Ray-Bans. Hey, you going out to eat tonight? No, I got no money. You know what I mean? Say, man, you better stop chewing those Ray-Bans. You know? Because that's just not a smart decision, but people do it. People do it. People will do it, and adults do it a lot. Because their values are not what yours and mine are. And what are we saying? Uneducated people pay what? They pay more for everything. Hey, Nelly, focus on the class, buddy. The poor people pay more for everything because they're not educating themselves on how to save money. You know? Exactly. You got these guys paying more for a car, more for toys, more for everything, more for their food. They can have to go to a local 7-Eleven and they pay $4 or $3.99 for local bread that they could go to Shaw's for 99 cents or $1. Yes, sir.
Rich people do all the time too. Like they try to act like they have a lot of money.
Who does?
Not rich. Like
But they're rich.
Yeah, but they actually do. But they
most of them be acting to be fronting like they have money.
Well, you're right. A lot of people front, Melly. A lot of people do. But I can tell you this. In the next class that we're going to talk about the NBA. And they say that in the NBA, National Basketball Association, that most of the people that make all the big money in the NBA are usually broke 5 years after
I
leaving.
forgot who went broke.
No, they all do, Melly. 90% of them.
He was like one of the best basketball players.
Exactly.
Broke. I forgot his
The
name.
point I'm trying to say is it's not just one. Because they never learned the value of setting financial goals. You see? See, if you guys learn these financial goals, you are going to have money and wealth. And you'll be able to buy all the things that you want because you're using delayed gratification. Yeah, but eventually, if you save it right, and like say you're that guy that kept buying those real estates, after a while you can buy whatever you want because you're going to have the money now. Because all these other people are paying you, and you got money galore. Eventually, you're going to have more money than everyone else. But the guy that's spending all the money is always going to be broke.
Yeah,
You know those children that never have money to go anywhere. Okay, we're going to get ready for the bell. Put your seats back together. Thank you all. And, we'll be working tomorrow on investing account.
Alex.
I like this class.
I like classes, the big classes.
Yeah, well, we do the same thing for the little class. Good job today, guys. Thank you very much. Just wait for that bell. Wait for that bell. That bell is coming.